you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about a movie tie-in. It's likely the last one published by Acclaim that we're going to look at this year. And yeah, it's the 5th game based on a property starring Arnold Schwarzenegger that we've talked about this year. It's from 1990, and it's based on a film that was adapted, whose story was adapted from a short story by Philip K. Dick called We Can Remember It For You Wholesale. Yeah, real cool title there. And I'm being serious, that's a really dope title. But that aside, this game was developed by Interplay, and Interplay really didn't find their footing on the NES. They did some cool stuff, but some of the stuff fell flat. Also, important note about this game. There's an important thing, or a thing that happens in the movie that everybody remembers the movie for, that don't happen in this game at all, anywhere in it. Sorry to tell you. Today, we're going to take a quick look at Total Recall. Alright. Now, Total Recall, you play as, you follow the actions and events of Douglas Quaid. Douglas Quaid has been plagued by nightmares involving him succumbing to a brutal death on Mars. He's never been to Mars. He's a construction worker. So he goes to Recall, with a place that can kind of help you remember some stuff or can implant you with memories. And something weird happens at Recall, and that's where the events of the film kind of kick into gear. Well, the game takes place, you're moving through the city, and you're getting shot at by cars passing by, and there's a little dude that's gonna snatch you in the alley and try to beat you up, and so now you gotta fight these little dudes that are like half your size. Your punch is your only weapon for a big chunk of the first level, and you don't have a real way to defend yourself because the range on your punch is super short. Then you get to the boss fight. The boss fight is the scene from the beginning of the movie where Quaid's wife, who was played by Sharon Stone, tries to kill him. You gotta fight her off, and you got a time limit on that. If you take too long to fight her, this dude pops in and just starts dumping with a machine gun. So you gotta make your way through that stage, well, out of that room, so you can advance to the next stage. Then you got the X-ray, the X-ray room, and it goes on and on from there. Like you finally make your way to Mars. There's a car chase stuff going on there. But yeah, this game has a lot of promise. It follows a lot of plot points from the film. And in that regard, it succeeds in a great way. But it's just, some of the mechanics in this game are just feel busted, you know? Feels like some stuff is missing. And I don't know what to tell you in that regard. The music doesn't match the theme of the game. Like the music feels a little too poppy and happy compared to what's happening in the game. Yeah, it's just there's a lot going on here, and a lot of it ain't good. But I'll say this is probably the better of all of the Schwarzenegger starring stuff that we got. This is probably the better of all of it, because Predator was Last Action Hero was abysmal. The two Terminator games are the are just completely atrocious. So yeah, it's just a matter of this being the best of a bad situation. This is the last apple left, and it's starting to get a couple mold spots on it, because everything else done went bad in the barrel. But yeah, if you decide you want to get yourself a copy of Total Recall for some inexplicable reason, maybe you're a big Arnold fan, maybe you're a fan of the movie, I don't know. You can get a copy for $5 to $10. That's a good average for a loose cart. I can't advise you beyond that. Actually, I would advise you to avoid this game. It's not a good video game. It's when it comes to movie tie-ins, this is probably the worst of the movie tie-ins that I've encountered on the NES. So yeah, there's that. But this has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Alright, last game of the season. Don't forget your cleats. Jellicoe gonna bring the orange slices and water.